Boomchenka, it's the Flying Pig here with another video for you. Today it's 5 reasons to hate the Glazers, as if you didn't have enough already. If you can think of any more, get them in the comment section. For now, chuck a like on this video, let's get stuck into this. Hate the Glazers, love United, Glazers out. Number 1, buying the club with money they didn't even have and servicing that debt. A leveraged buyout by the Glazers landed United with £525 million worth of debt to begin with, which means there's a huge risk involved, and the Glazers basically gambled United's future on being able to make it work and ride it out and service that debt. They should have never been allowed to buy the club in this way to begin with. It's only really the genius of Sir Alex Ferguson, and we sold Ronaldo for £80 million, which kept us afloat during really uncertain times financially, is the reason we're still here. The amazing support around the world, of course, is a big factor. TV money, public trading, and the clever brand deals and commercial projects which they have overseen have meant that they've been able to service the debt. But make no mistake, Man United has been strangled by the Glazers and will never be close to 100% revenue being put back into the club while they're the owners, because they're just sucking it out of the club like the putrid, parasitic, cancerous leeches that they are. Number 2, the commercialisation of the club. Not everyone will think this is a bad thing, as there's a clear, huge financial upside to whoring yourself out to anyone who'll have you. Sure, you can make a quick buck to service the debt that you bought the club with, but it's not a good look for me. Noodles, expensive Swiss watches which I can't afford, inferior American car companies. I'm surprised they haven't sold the naming rights for the stadium and called Old Trafford the Maxi Tampon Stadium. Or maybe it's a matter of time. The club is registered now in the Cayman Islands, which says it already. A far cry from the ethics of a club founded by railway workers. Number 3, upsetting the fan base and dividing the fans. Not all United fans think the Glazers are vermin, but most do. So much so that a community football club, FC United of Manchester, came into being, set up by disheartened fans of Manchester United, who hate the way United was bought and run by the Glazers and the growing commercialisation of the club and cost to fans to follow the club they love. People are seriously starting to consider and have been boycotting United games and not buying merchandise. It's not exactly the situation the club going in the right direction should be in. This is the effect of the ownership of the Glazers. Love United, hate Glazers. Number 4, increased ticket prices. The Glazers have overseen a significant rise in ticket prices at United since they've been here, sapping the life out of United fans anywhere they can, generating huge amounts of money from TV deals, commercial deals, even selling a slice of the company by publicly trading. Yet they have increased the ticket prices steadily since they've taken over, even though the match day revenue, although significant, is a small fraction of the money coming into the club, and is another example of their grubby little money grabbing ways. Number 5, the general mismanagement of the club and failure to cope after the Sir Alex Ferguson era. When Fergie and David Gill were still here, the Glazers were protected because of the genius of the men at the helm, but they've not been able to replicate that success post-Ferguson, and their mismanagement of the club is evident to see. Poor managerial appointments, lack of quality transfers, overpaying subpar players, slowdown in production of young talent, keeping potato head Ed Woodward around in a role he's not suited to, not having a director of football, the list goes on. What a bunch of pissed up clowns. And they're running the club. Hopefully one day they'll sell up and leave United to the fans, so it's too big of a commercial entity for these Yank businessmen to give up on. And they will just continue to sap money out of the club. It may take a serious ongoing protest to make them consider selling, which will only hinder United in the short term, though it could benefit the fans and the club in the long term. But I love United. I just hate those bloody Glazers. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do chuck a like rating on it and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get your comments in below and check out my Patreon page in the description if you want to help me make more and perhaps better content in the future. Follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. You have yourselves a good one. Love United, hate Glazers, Glazers out, Woodward out. This is the Pig, and I'll see you later.